If you are a business owner ready to save more than 20 hours a week using ChatGPT and AI in ways that you haven't already heard 8,000 times on the internet, you've got to keep listening. I used to think I needed more time to scale, but the truth is I needed better tools, ones that think like an actual strategist, that organize my life like a COO would, that create content like a CMO would, and move faster than any human that I've ever hired. No offense to my incredible team that I wouldn't trade for any type of bot. Don't worry. Hey, I'm Liz Hartke, mama of soon to be 6. I help high-level entrepreneurs and founders shift out of the weeds of their business, get into their sweet spot, become the visionary CEOs they're called to be without burning themselves out, without missing the things that matter most, without losing a sense of what they're called to do in their lives. Okay, before I got really strategic with AI, my days felt like sprinting through wet cement. My to-do list never ended. I was buried in admin. I was the engine that made everything go. So like everything had to come through me. I was the liver. I filtered it all. I was rewriting captions. I was tweaking things. I was reviewing things. Hey, can you just take a quick look at this? I was cleaning up, stuff that my team had worked on. I was making every decision. Honestly, that was the worst part. I was so decision fatigued. It wasn't even funny. And I was putting out all the fires. I was the firefighter on the team. And I had the team, but I was still very much the bottleneck. I was out of my sweet spot and I was stuck in what felt like maintenance more than momentum or growth. And it wasn't because I was bad at delegation. It was a function of the fact that I had built a business and a business model that still relied on me to operate. There was a shift in me when I started embracing elements of AI for the work that only I could do. And when I made that shift, everything shifted within my business and I was given so much more time back. So I want to share the ways that I use AI every single week. I buy back my time. I make better decisions. I scale my impact without scaling my stress levels, which is really precious when you run a business and have 8 million kids. So let's talk about some of the lesser known ways that you can use tools like ChatGPT. I use it as a strategic second brain. I don't just use it for writing captions. Yes, we do that sometimes, but I use it to actually simulate high-level brainstorming, the same way you would and that we do in our masterminds. In fact, I trained a bot based on my mastermind teachings and transcripts from calls that I had done in coaching people for the last 13, 14 years and trained this bot on how to do it too. So I fed it those transcripts to spot patterns in pain points that my ideal client has or that I kept facing, like blind spots I have. I use it to pressure test offers or clarify positioning. I'll even talk to it like, okay, here's a challenge I'm facing. What would a top level expert consultant advise around these key things? And then it collapses decision-making time and gives me momentum without needing 12 meetings. The other thing I use it for is to solve problems or bottlenecks that we face a lot. So if you feel like you're repeating the same mistakes over and over, you're encountering the same struggles within your team, or your team's asking the same questions over and over, this is a great way to say, hey, I'm noticing these patterns. I'm noticing I always get these questions over and over. Where am I lacking in leadership? What systems do I need to create or build? What SOPs would be valuable? Break them down for me so that I can go build this into my calendar and give my team the resources that are required so that I no longer have to be the filter. Another way I do it is I use AI transcripts for deep insight extraction. Okay, so here's what I mean. Every team meeting, every coaching call, every podcast, it gets transcribed. We use Riverside because that's what we use for our podcast, but you can use other tools like Otter or Descript or whatever works for you. And then I take those transcripts and I prompt our bot to pull action items and summarize themes that it sees and identify patterns of other people on those calls, like my clients or my mastermind members, and translate those takeaways into next steps. So no one's asking what came out of that call. I want everything that I'm doing to be up-leveled and actionable for the people that I'm serving, but I don't want to spend the time going back through those notes, re-listening to calls, being like, okay, what can I map out for this person? I want the tool to do it. Then we can send really comprehensive follow-ups to people. We can outline things better, and the team runs a lot faster, and I totally stay out of the weeds. The other key thing of training a bot to do this versus just like using a ChatGPT thread is it is now trained in this. Like it will remember it, and it can actually prompt you like, hey, what do you want me to do with this? Okay, do you want me to build out X, Y, and Z? Do you want a full comprehensive report? Do you want something that can easily be put into a playbook that goes to your team for an SOP? Like it is thinking steps ahead so that I don't have to even ask for what I need because we've already trained it in what I need. This next one is one that I feel like a lot of founders overlook, and it's using AI for time and energy mapping. Everyone thinks that everything is about time management, which is true. Like you have to use your time wisely, but leveraging the right energy zones and where you might be leaking energy is equally, if not more valuable. So I use AI to analyze my calendar, to spot where I'm leaking energy, to spot where I'm not honoring my visionary CEO schedule, and to simulate ideal week structures based on the goals I have or the output that I want to create, or how much just like margin and space I want to create. I might go into a week and be like, hey, it's supposed to be beautiful this week. I want to make sure that I'm out at the pool swimming with the kids by 1 p.m., but I want to be really efficient in my work. Where am I currently leaking energy? Where do I have too many meetings? What meetings do I not need to be involved in and why? How would you analyze and optimize my schedule? It's not just like, oh, spit me out a schedule. It's here's what needs to be removed so you're functioning from a place of overflow versus force. And that's what I've trained my bot. My team has been using it for Canva AI or for CEO level visual communication. So I don't design from scratch anymore. I use AI design tools to auto layout things and create templates that we can just work from over and over. So my team just plugs in and doesn't have to run through me. Hey, Liz, what do you think of this? How does this look? It's like, no, we have our templates and our tools that we're using over and over, whether it's like slides for a talk I'm giving or a lead magnet we've created. And it just creates directions that I'd never think of. And then my team finesses it. And I don't even have to be in the process of that anymore, which is very wonderful. I also use ChatGPT to enhance team communication and leadership. And this is a key one. It's not about content. I use it to role play tough situations. I draft project briefs. I design delegation prompts. Like, so instead of saying, okay, here's the task, right, for one of my team members, I am giving them an entire playbook designed to help them implement whatever it is I want them to do. SOPs, writing agendas, clarifying comms for the team so that I'm not filtering the message and my director of operations is the one handling that. But she's really well equipped because we're using the bot to help us create those things based on how we do business. And the other thing that we've taught it is our priorities, our value system. Like, hey, if things start to feel heavy, we want to create more margin. We'd rather bump a deadline than force it. Like we want it to understand how we function, not just like how a business functions. If you want some of the prompts that we've created to do some of this stuff to help train your GPT, just DM me on Instagram. I'm at Eliz Hartke. DM me the word no force, 2 words. Or you can go to luminaryleadershipco.com/no force. I'll just send them to you because it's been gold. I put it into a doc so that my clients could have it, and I'm happy to send it to you too. All right, so this is what I've learned and some of the results we've seen in addition to gaining back these 20 plus hours a week. And the reason I can speak accurately about the number is that I use a tool called Rise. We can link to it in the show notes, but it tracks everything for me. So it's telling me how much time I'm saving. I'm not like guesstimating. It's not just about time. It's about the ability to be present and to know things are being taken care of. I spend more quality time with my kids, right? Like I know you're very capable of blocking your time and spending the time with your family, but is it quality time or is your brain pinging through the 8 million things you're going to have to do? I've been able to take entire weeks off while our revenue continues to grow and our team continues to function using these tools, and I'm not buried in the business. I feel like I'm leading it again. And I feel like the lesson for me in this was that AI not only saves you time, but if you know what to subtract specifically, it is not just about automation. And I think that was the misconception I had in the beginning. It's like, oh, it'll give me ideas that I can research and I can automate things. It really is about discernment. It's about building a business that grows without you carrying it on your back. If this lit a fire under you, don't stop here. First of all, go get those prompts. Just DM me No Forest, drop No Forest below. I'll just send it to you from here, or luminaryleadershipco.com/No Forest. I've given you all the options. Okay. Making it easy. Don't stop here. The next place you're leaking time, meetings. So I have a video for you. Grab it. It's right here. I'll show you how we run team meetings that are fast, strategic, and actually drive real results. You'll see how we use AI, team rhythms, the right agenda structure to cut meetings in half, double alignment. Things feel good again. Everyone's like happy to show up on a meeting, not dreading it. Anyway, if this spoke to you, share it. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you there.